Welcome to rightplants4me. Rightplants4me is an interactive website that's designed to help you find plants for every season and aspect of your garden, so you can create a garden with colour and interest. If you know the name of the plant, you can simply type it in the text box here using either Latin name or common name. You can select flower colours, leaf colours, or a combination of the two. You can find plants for the seasons, so you can select months by clicking on the buttons here and deactivated them. So these are for autumn. You can also find plants for the front of the border, the middle of the border, and the back of the border. So very simple to use. You can select your aspect, your soil type if you know it. You can look for plant types. You can look for attributes, for climbers, etc. So very, very simple to navigate. Let's do a search. I'm going to press the reset so it starts afresh. But let's say we're looking for plants in May. If you start off with just a few selections, then you'll get more choice, and then you can narrow it down. So we found over 1,700 plants in May. You can select a flower colour. So here we go, we're selecting a yellow plant in May, and we're now down to 194, so it's much more precise. And you can click on any of the thumbnails and it'll open up the plant main page. I'll show you that in just a moment. But to accompany your yellow flowers in May, let's have a look now for some blue colours. And you just do that for the various colours that you're interested in. You can also select a leaf colour. So let's deselect that, and let's say we're looking for plants with variegated leaves. This little button will show any flower colour, so we're just looking for variegated leaves. And it'll come up and find those. So here we are, 180 of those. If you want one with maybe blue flowers, it'll narrow it right down again. And here we go. So very simple. I'll now be looking for, let's say, a blue flower in June, July, August. I'm looking for plants in the middle of the border. Let's see what we have. So it brings up the plants. Just scroll down to find the plants you want. If you hover over the buttons here, it'll tell you the first plant on that first page. So let's have a look at that one. Here we go. So let's say this hydrangea is a plant that you want to have a look at. So simply click on the thumbnail. Each plant is accompanied with description, Latin name explained, height and spread. The attributes like the soil types it'll grow in, period of interest, so that could be flowering period or leaf for autumn, bark, planting period, pruning period. Are there any pests and diseases? The pruning. Illustrated pruning advice accompanies the plants. Planting advice, plant care, propagation. Although we were looking for a blue plant, you might want to look for other plants in the same genus, so it'll just find the other hydrangeas. Now, if you've registered, you can then make plant lists. Now, this one you might think, yeah, I like that plant, so I'm going to add it to the plants that I want. So you just click on that little box, and it's been added. Or if you've got it in your garden, just put in the plants that you have. You can also add notes. I like this so I can keep a record of where it is in the garden, so when I come to prune, I'll know precisely where it is. Very useful, particularly for clematis, which all look the same in February and March, where there's no flowers. And if you don't have a label on your plant, it's difficult to identify which one is which, but they all take different pruning techniques. So that's basically how you search for plants. If you've subscribed, as I say, you can make your plant lists. So these are the plants that I have. I can select those down to see which plants I've got in each month. And this is useful for planning a garden. So, so I know these are the ones I've got in February. If I want to find an orange flower in February, it's very simple to do. Just go into the search plant database, put in the month, put in the colour, and find the plants, and then add them to your lists. This is a plant that I want list, which I can print out and take with me to the garden centre. It's very handy. It comes with a photograph and the Latin and the common name. So here's our hydrangea here. So when I've found the plant, I want to move it from my wants list to my has list. So you just simply click on there and it's then moved over to the plants that I have. So here we are, we're now in the plants that I have, and it's been added in there. You can also see which plants you have that need pruning. So this is specific to my garden. In your case, it will be specific to your garden. So let's have a look in February, see which plants I've got that need pruning. So here we are, we've got these plants here. Clematis Prince Charles, let's have a look. So just open up the plant main page. Have a look at my notes, so I know where it is. I've written it's in the back of the garden. So off I go with my secateurs, see how to prune this one. And this variety needs to be hard pruned back because it flowers on this year's new growth. So very simple to do. Let's have a look to see what I meant to do with my other plants, for example. Let's have a look at the Amaryllis, show the plant. So by the back door, it smells lovely. Pruning. So I know precisely when and how to prune my plants. I know the plants that I've got in each month. I can keep a record of the plants that I want, and I can keep a record of my notes. Very simple. I hope you found that useful. Thank you very much.